Real Squad, welcome back to the channel. So I just wanted to come in here today to share some tips just to help us all through these crazy times. Everyone's schedule has been like just flipped crossways, upside down, like it's just crazy. I know the first 3 weeks, like I don't know what was going on in my house. It was just crazy. I remember at the end of like the 3rd week, I was like, okay, this is not working. Like I got to do something different because we're not being productive. We're stressed out. It's just not, I know that this is not the most efficient way that we can do things. So just wanted to come in and share with you some of the things that we started doing that has really been helpful so that you can, you know, possibly use this in, you know, whatever's going on in your life as well. And it will help you to be more productive and bring those stress levels down. Parkinsons Law is work expands to fill the time for its completion. So basically, if you have a task and you say, okay, I'm gonna give myself, you know, 40 hours to get this done. If it's really something that can be done in 8 hours, don't give yourself like the whole week to get it done, because what happens is you're most likely to procrastinate because you've given yourself extra time. And usually what happens is that we start adding things to the requirements and all that type of stuff. So like, for instance, say you're like, look, right now we're gonna do our, you know, monthly budget. You know, say, look, by Tuesday we need to have this done, instead of saying, hey, by the end of the week we need to have this done. It just helps you to, one, buckle down, get it done. Don't procrastinate. Don't add additional stuff to it. Just get it done. And it's going to lower your stress level. Now you know, hey, what does your budget look like right now? Because a lot of people's budgets have changed. People have gotten laid off. Or even if, you know, just, I did a video for Bigger Pockets. I will link it below, where I talk about that right now is definitely a time where you should be looking to change your budget and save more. Now is not the time to go out and, you know, buy things that you really don't need. A lot of us right now, we're working from home, and what I noticed is key here is you got to put that mobile phone away during your core hours where you're trying to work. Because before I did this, I usually don't have my phone when I'm working, but I find having the phone now, people are constantly calling and I end up just on it. Like I just want to be on it, one, because I usually don't have it. Like I usually don't have it. And so now it's like, oh, I got my phone. I can call everybody can call me, and then everybody's home. Like a lot of my people, you know, my friends or family are home, so they're like, oh, I could call you and we can talk. But then I'm like, okay, I have my work to do, and we have small kids, so we're also doing homeschool. So I would say put that mobile phone away and set like core hours for your actual work schedule. Whether you say, hey, these 4 hours out of the day, no phone. These 6 hours out of the day, no phone. And you will be surprised at how much more productive you'll be. And it lowers your stress level because you're not getting, you know, like all these constant, you know, calls and updates. Like people, like I was doing it, like feeling like I need to give updates or reaching out to people. But then I was like, this isn't really helpful. It's better when I had the set schedule, and when I got off work, then I got on the phone. Okay, so that's my tip to you. To make a to-don't list, things that you are not going to do. So like one of the things on my to-don't list is that no news updates for me. And I've told like people in my house and stuff, like I don't want any news updates because it is not helping me during the day to be productive. No news updates during the day when I need to work, because it is not helping me. The first 3 weeks, we constantly had like the news on, or CNN, or checking blogs trying to get updates, especially because, you know, we have a lot of core family and friends that are in New York City. So there were constant updates all the time. We're checking on people, you know, just all of that, right? And we thought that it was helping, but then we had to step back and say, wait a minute. I cannot take all this negative news, especially because you guys, if you're on my channel, you already know before this, I never watch the news. I'm like anti-news, and it's because it's always so sensationalized. It's not factual. Like I'm definitely a big fake news believer, that a lot of the stuff is not true, and it's just to keep us glued to the TV. It's not helpful. Like a lot of things that we needed to get done, or a lot of information that we needed, I don't even see it on CNN. It's just about trying to get Trump to trip up on something or something like that. Well, that is not helping me and my family get through this crisis. So I'm like, I'm not gonna watch this. We're not gonna have it just on in the back or any of that. So what we'll do, check in maybe once in the morning for like 10 minutes for an update, and I don't get another update maybe till at the end, maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock, and it's quick. Like, I don't want the full hour-long show. It's just, you'll notice that anxiety, and for me, I've had a panic attack before, and so I can tell you that anxiety, to get yourself all riled up and get your anxiety, your pressure, and all that stuff up, and then you don't even have the virus, or you end up never contracting the virus. So that's just, you know, the stress on your body is, you could end up, you know, my neighbor, mom was in the hospital, had a panic attack. So you don't want to be in the hospital with a panic attack, because I can tell you, you don't even want to be in the hospital right now, because you don't want to be around other sick people that have the virus. So even if you get something as simple as a panic attack, you don't want anyone rushing you to the hospital for anything right now. Which, that's why I told my kids, you guys stop jumping all over the place, because if you break anything, we're not going to the hospital. Also remember that this is new. Everybody is now on a new schedule, and that it takes time to build a new habit. So all of us across the world right now are developing new habits, new daily schedules. So remember that it takes time to develop a new habit, right? So like popular psychology, they say it takes 21 days. When NASA did a study, they said it took 30 days, right, to build a new habit. What's also key with the NASA study that I want to mention is that when they said 30 days in their study, say you get to day 15, whatever, you know, the new practice is, you're saying, hey, we still want to get on the schedule. We want the family to wake up at 8:30 every day or something like that. You guys do that for 15 days. Well, what they found in their study was, if you get to day 15 and you fall off, you need to start all over. So it needs to be a fixed 30 days that you really get this new pattern in. So keep that in mind, right, as we're now trying to develop new schedules. So don't beat yourself up too much, but also keep in mind, hey, we need to at least, I need to consistently do this for 30 days and change my schedule, change my mindset, and make this become a new norm where I am productive even though there's a lot going on. Right now, excuses, don't use excuses to justify or to say that this is a reason not to get things done. Like, one of the things right now is people keep saying, well, I can't focus on this because we're living in uncertain times. We have always lived in uncertain times. So just because we have this new social distancing and the coronavirus, that is new, but we've always lived in uncertain times. What decade in history was that the decade of certainty? There's no such thing. So you have to embrace and accept that there's some things that you can control, some things you cannot, right? And the things you can control, develop those skills. So what I would do, every time I used to ride my motorcycle, I would get on, because hey, riding a motorcycle is dangerous, right? But there are things that I was trained to do to stay safe on the bike, and then there were things that were outside of my control, like someone running a red light or something. It's out of my control. So I would get on the bike and I would just say this prayer: God, help me to do everything I was trained to do on this bike to stay safe, and please, I'm asking you to take control of the things that I cannot control and bring me back home safe. So that's what I'm saying. Focus on what you can do. So like when I'm on my bike, they teach you, hey, when you come to a stop and you stop behind a car, check that you can see yourself in the car in front of you mirror, in their mirror. Because if you can see yourself, that means the driver should be able to see you, right? Because you want to be seen. When you're on a motorcycle, you're like really, you're just the tiniest thing on the road. So you're just trying to make yourself always be seen when you're on a bike. The other thing they'll tell you is, hey, when you're turning, you need to look in the direction of your turn. That prevents you from like running into a car or from running into a tree or something. So that's what I'm saying. You can develop these skills. Hold on. So that's what I'm saying. You can develop skills to be more productive, and the things that are out of your control, you gotta have some type of higher power that you can say, look, that's on you, big brother, to take care of that, because that is out of my control right now. Each day, the night before, make a list for the next day. I say right now, just top 3 things. Now it's not the time to have a list of 10 things, because there's so much going on right now in the house, because you're trying to work from home, you're trying to homeschool the kids. It's just so much. So do not overwhelm yourself. So I would say, you know, each day have 3 things that you want to accomplish, because the thing is, you want to also feel successful at the end of the day. Don't put 10 things on a list and then you look at the end of the day, you only checked off 1, because then you kind of feel like a failure. But come on, if you even get 1 thing done in this day and age, it's still success, because like I said, these are different times. You're still adjusting. You're trying to get on a new schedule. Okay, so I would say put your top 3 things that need to get done the following day. If it's Monday night, make your list. Hey, these are the things I need to get done. Tuesday, if you're really good at this, then you could also prioritize. Like if you're just a perfectionist, you know you're gonna hit these things. What you can do is number things, where you have like your top 3, and then you can start having optional things where you have like level 2, level 3 to-do list. But to-do list will really help. And plus, whenever you check off things, you just feel successful. The way your brain works, you just feel successful that you got something done. Focus on keeping things simple. Now is not the time to get all crazy. Just keep things simple. Focus on success, your to-do list, and I'll see you next video. I love you all. Bye-bye.